Hello everyone, welcome to Titan Turtles Club. This is Xinle. We'll continue the hide series. Today we'll talk about how to run shellcode without a file on Linux. So normally if we want to run a shellcode or any code, we need a file. Today we'll talk about a technique that will run the shellcode totally in the memory so that we don't have a footprint on the hard drive at all. So essentially, we hide a program file by not even having a file. All right, so let's take a look at how we can do it. Take a look at how it's been done. And so suppose we have a Linux environment. Let's open the terminal. So cd into documents and the video and in memory. So if I do ll, as you can see, I already have some prepared files over here. I have already shared the links to those files in the description area of this video, so you can go there and download those files. So the hackers normally, when they want to attack a remote environment, what they do is they will send a file onto that remote environment, and then they will run the file. All right, so uh, today one of the very popular ways of defending against this kind of a malicious code running is to make the hard drive media read-only, so that you can't put a file on that hard drive. How can you run the file, right? And also, and a lot of times the hackers don't want to run the file on the hard drive because when the hackers put anything on the hard drive, it's not that hard for the IT security person to figure out there's some file on the system. And as soon as some file is saved on the system, malware scanning can find that. But in this example, we'll demonstrate that we can run the shellcode purely inside the memory without any even touching the hard drive. So let's do that. First, let's take a look at a very simple Python code, which is the run one over here. So as you can see, it's just a print a message that I'm running in pure memory. So how we can do that? Yeah, we can definitely run it this way. Python 3 run 1. But we run this because we have a file on it. So let's show how we can run it without a file. So let's first output this file into a base 64 encoding like that and echo. All right, so this is just a base 64 encoding of that file, right? So what we can do is we can echo import base 64 and exec and base 64 b64 decode, and let's copy this part of the code over here. And all right, pipe into Python 3. All right, as you can see, we're just running this code, and it will display I'm running in pure memory. So the reason we can use the base64 encoding is that one thing is it will escape a majority of the code scanning algorithm, and the other thing is base64 utilize all the printable characters, so it's very easy to copy paste those code around. All right, so as you can see, we can purely run a Python code inside the memory. Yeah, there's no file needed over here. And so let's take a look at how we can run a shellcode, because normally malicious code is pre-written, and you want to uh, contact with the hardware and privileged contents directly. Python may not be able to do that. So what we can do is we can actually put a shellcode inside the Python. So as we can see in the run shell code.python, let's make it bigger. So uh, let, let's try it. Uh, run shellcode. Okay, so we can input something called a C types and the mmap. So using the C types, we can actually run a shellcode directly from the Python. So uh, suppose this is the shellcode, and this shellcode will print hello world from shellcode. All right. So then we will create a memory map and put the shellcode inside the memory, and then use a C type to make sure we get the address and create a function uh, at that address, and finally call the function and run the shellcode. All right, so let's see how we can do it. We'll do the same thing by doing the cat run shell and pipeline into base 64-W0 and echo. Okay, so this is the whole code of that Python. Let's copy it. All right, so let's do the same thing. Echo the execution. So let's import base 64 exec and base 64.b64 decode. All right, so that's putting the code in it. So basically, we'll be able to run this code, and we want to pipeline into the Python 3. So as you can see that as soon as I hit enter, it's running the whole code, and it will output into hello world from shellcode. For a code execution standpoint of view, all we need is just to copy this part of the code and run in the remote shell if if it's available for us. I'm sharing it just for you so that we need to be aware of this kind of a code execution without even a physical file code in the hard drive. So please be aware of it and look for if there is any malicious code running in this way. Hope you can enjoy it, and remember we are Titan Turtles Club, and please subscribe. Thank you.